Have you ever found yourself needing to move? Maybe it's a new job or you just need a fresh start. Maybe you inherited a place.
It happens all the time.
Right. But the house itself is just, it needs work. A lot of work, maybe. Think a leaky roof or that ancient AC unit groaning under the Vegas sun.
Oh, I know the sound.
Exactly. Or maybe a kitchen that hasn't seen an update since, I don't know, dial-up was a thing.
Yeah.
And you're just thinking, how on earth am I going to sell this quickly? Especially here, right, in Vegas, where buyers often seem to want, like, perfect move-in ready places.
It definitely feels that way sometimes. That expectation is high.
So if any of that sounds familiar, well, this deep dive is absolutely for you.
Yeah, we're going to try and unpack that today.
Our mission really is to cut through all that stress and look at a really powerful strategy, how to sell your house fast right here in Las Vegas without doing those repairs.
Exactly.
We're going to break down what as-is actually means in practice, why this approach isn't just, some niche thing, but often a really smart, strategic move in our specific market.
And when it makes the most sense for homeowners, too.
Yes, exactly when. And we'll also walk you through the actual process, how you work with those local We Buy Houses companies.
Making it straightforward.
Think of this as your shortcut, getting you informed, saving you time, saving you money, and honestly, just a ton of stress. So let's get started.
Okay.
So first things first. Let's unpack this whole selling as is idea. You hear the phrase, right? Sell my house fast, Las Vegas.
You do, yeah. It's everywhere.
And it almost always points down one specific road, working with a home buying company. One that buys properties, well, just as they are.
That's really the heart of it. For you, the homeowner as is.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually remarkably liberating.
Liberating? How so?
That means you just aren't obligated, You don't have to fix that leaky roof that's been driving you crazy.
What's the big stuff?
The big stuff, the small stuff. You don't have to sink money into updating bathrooms or kitchens that maybe feel a bit dated.
Right, stuck in another era.
Exactly. And crucially, it means no painting beforehand, no scrambling to deep clean the place, definitely no staging for showings.
Ah, staging.
It just removes that entire conventional presale preparation burden right off your shoulders.
And that convenience, that liberation you mentioned, it sounds great, but is it just about avoiding chores? Or is there something maybe deeper for homeowners, like emotionally?
Oh, absolutely. It goes way beyond just avoiding tasks. The emotional benefit is, it's profound, really. It's about getting back control, finding some peace of mind in what can be a really stressful situation.
Yeah, selling a house is stressful.
It is. And these We Buy Houses companies, they basically absorb the property's condition. So you're freed from those long, often unpredictable repair timelines.
And the cost, the out-of-pocket costs.
And the out-of-pocket expenses, exactly, which can spiral,
Yeah.
So it turns this potentially daunting, emotionally draining process into something predictable, something fast.
Okay.
It lets you actually move forward mentally and financially.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, this isn't just a generic strategy, right? This as-is thing really seems to click here in Las Vegas. Why? What's special about our market?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. As is aligns so well with the dynamics we see specifically in Vegas.
Okay.
We've got this kind of constant, steady housing demand, right? It's a mix: retirees moving here, investors looking for properties, families relocating.
Right, always people coming in.
Always. But, and this is the key part, despite that broad demand, there's this really consistent, almost unwavering preference among buyers for homes that are absolutely move-in ready.
Turnkey.
Turnkey, exactly. Buyers here often just want to unlock the door and start living the Vegas life immediately, not jumped into a big renovation project.
And when you think about the practical side, that makes total sense. Beyond what buyers want, let's talk actual costs. Are repair costs here in Vegas a big driver for this as-is strategy?
Huge factor, absolutely. Labor cost, material prices, they just keep climbing across Nevada. It's a trend. And we're not just talking about like touching some paint. A major repair, something critical like an HVAC system.
Oh yeah, essential here.
Absolutely essential in our climate. Replacing one can easily cost you, what, $5,000, $10,000?
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Wow. Yeah, that's a huge chunk of change to put out right before you sell.
It's a massive upfront investment for a property you're trying to leave behind.
And then there's just the climate itself,
Yeah.
My own AC sometimes sounds like it's about to give up the ghost in August.
Right. The wear and tear is real. That intense sun, the dryness,
Yeah.
just beats down on everything. Roofs, those poor AC units running nonstop, even landscaping.
Yeah, keeping grass green here is a battle.
It is. It's this constant fight against the elements. And honestly, many homeowners, when they're trying to move, they just don't have the time or the budget for that fight.
That makes sense. So connect that to people's lives here.
Okay, so these practical challenges, they really link up with the fast-moving lifestyles you see a lot in Vegas.
Okay.
Maybe it's a sudden job change, somebody's retiring, or some other big life shift happens. The need for a quick, uncomplicated sale becomes really paramount.
Get it done fast.
Get it done fast. And then there's the simple cash flow reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just cannot afford, or maybe they just don't want to afford, putting more money into a house they're trying to sell,
Yeah.
especially if finances are already a bit tight.
Yeah, throwing good money after bad, potentially.
Kinda, yeah. Which is why this local quote really resonates, I think. It says, Las Vegas homeowners don't need to feel trapped by expensive repairs. Selling as is gives them the freedom to move forward.
Freedom. That word again.
Exactly. It captures that core idea. It's not just about the money or the time. It's about giving people actual freedom from the burdens, the financial and logistical weight of that property. Unless you close that chapter properly and, start the next one with confidence.
I like that framing, freedom from the burden.
Uh,
So, okay, when does selling as is go from being just like one option on the table to maybe the best option, or even the only practical one? What situations really scream sell as is?
right. This is about making that strategic choice. And as is really shines in a few specific scenarios.
Like what?
Well, think about facing foreclosure. Time is absolutely critical then. A traditional sale is just often too slow.
Right, you need certainty and speed.
Exactly. Or maybe the house needs major repairs, and the cost is genuinely more than you can budget for. Making it market ready just isn't feasible.
Okay.
It's also perfect if you're relocating, say, for work and you need to move quickly. Minimize those long-distance landlord headaches.
Oh, yeah, managing repairs from another state. Nightmare.
It's total nightmare.
Yeah.
And of course, inherited properties. If you've inherited a house and you just don't have the desire or the time or maybe the funds to manage it or fix it up for sale,
Selling as is a clean break.
it's a clean, simple break. It's really about matching your selling strategy to your actual life circumstances right now.
That really clarifies the why. Now, even if you're going for a quick cash offer, is there any benefit to thinking about general real estate timing in Vegas? Does it matter at all?
It's less critical than with a traditional sale, but yeah, there can be subtle advantages. Market rhythms still exist, even for cash buyers.
Okay, so like the usual peak seasons.
Yeah, generally spring and early summer see the most activity overall. You've got families trying to move before school starts. The weather's generally nice for looking around.
Makes sense.
But interestingly, winter, specifically December and January, can also be active times, but for a different crowd.
Yeah.
You often see more snowbirds and investors actively looking than maybe when others are taking a holiday break.
Okay, good to know. So we've covered the what and the why. Let's get into the how. The actual process of selling to one of these cash buyers. How simple is it really?
It's actually refreshingly simple, which is a huge part of the appeal.
Well,
Step one is finding a reputable cash buyer.
Okay.
Look for companies that are upfront about buying houses in any condition.
yeah.
Our sources mention names like Las Vegas Sell House Fast Buyers, just as an example of the kind of company you're looking for. Do your research. Find someone trusted.
Right, check reviews, maybe BBB.
Absolutely. Do your due diligence. Then, step two, request an offer. This is usually super easy. Fill out a short online form, make a quick phone call.
Okay.
And the appealing part here is you often get a no-obligation cash offer back really fast, like within 24 to 48 hours sometimes.
Wow, that is fast.
It is. Then, step three, you review that offer. And here's a key difference from the traditional route. You completely skip the waiting game. No waiting for buyer inspections, no nail-biting over appraisals coming in low, no worrying about the buyer's mortgage falling through.
Ah, the financing contingency. Always a worry.
Always a potential deal killer in traditional sales. You bypass all that. Finally, if you like the offer and accept, you move to close the deal. And again, speed is the name of the game. Closing often happens within just 7 to 14 days.
Okay, let's really underscore that difference because waiting, 45 to 90 days, sometimes even longer for a traditional sale
Yeah, that's free standard.
versus potentially closing in like a week or two. That's not just saving time, is it? That feels like regaining control when you're trying to move on.
It's a fundamental shift. The contrast is really stark when you break it down point by point.
Okay, let's do that comparison.
Sure. So, time to close. Traditional, you're looking at 45, 90 days. Best case sometimes, cash sale, usually 7, 14 days.
Big difference.
Huge. Repairs required.
Right.
Traditional, almost always yes. Buyers expect it. Inspectors find things. Cash sale, none. Strictly as is.
Okay.
Closing costs, this is a big one. Traditional sales can eat up 6% to 10% of the sale price in agent commissions, various fees.
Yeah, that adds up fast.
It really does,
Yeah.
with a cash sale. Costs are minimal, and often the buyer covers them.
Wow. Okay.
Then certainty. Traditional sales always have that risk, right? The buyer's financing might collapse at the last minute.
Happens all the time.
It does. Cash sale. It's a guaranteed cash payment. Much
Oh.
more certain.
Peace of mind there.
Definitely. And finally, convenience. Traditional means showings, keeping the house perfect, maybe staging, clearing out. Lots of disruption.
Yeah, living in a show home.
Exactly. Cash sale. No showings needed, often no cleaning required. They take it as it is.
Okay, that side by side makes it very clear.
And what's fascinating here, I think, isn't just that cash is faster. It's that for many people, that slightly lower offer they might get is actually like a premium they're willing to pay.
A premium for what, though?
A premium for the certainty, for the speed, for the peace of mind, for getting their money out now and avoiding all those carrying costs and headaches. It's a strategic choice to prioritize those sort of intangible benefits over maybe squeezing every last dollar out of a market sale, which, as we said, often comes with its own hidden costs, both financial and emotional.
That completely reframes the whole lower offer thing. That's a really crucial point. It's about valuing something different.
Exactly. It's about what value means to you in your situation.
Okay. So for listeners thinking, all right, this actually sounds like it could work for me, let's get super practical. We need a checklist, a local homeowner checklist for selling fast in Las Vegas. What should people do before they even call a cash buyer?
Good idea. Okay, first, gather your documents. Find your property deed, any mortgage statements or info. Have it handy.
Okay, paperwork first.
Paperwork first. Second, know your payoff amount if you still have a mortgage. You need that number for your own planning.
Crucial number. Got it.
Third, think about your ideal timeline. When do you really need to close by? Having that in mind helps negotiations.
Makes sense. What else?
Fourth, research reputable local buyers. Don't just jump at the first billboard you see. Look for established companies with good track records here in Vegas.
Right, local knowledge might matter.
It can. And finally, fifth, try to get offers from more than one reputable buyer. Compare them carefully before you decide. Even in a fast sale, comparison gives you confidence.
Multiple offers are always good. Okay, great checklist. Now, any expert tips specifically for selling without doing repairs? Things to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely a few key things. First, and this is important, be totally honest about the property's condition.
Don't try to hide the leaky faucet.
Exactly. Don't hide the leaky faucet or the roof issue or whatever it is. Trying to hide problems can just cause delays or issues later. Transparency builds trust and actually makes the sale smoother, even if it feels counterintuitive.
Okay. Honesty is the best policy. What else?
Second, as we just said on the checklist, always get multiple offers. Even if you're in a hurry, getting a couple of quotes ensures you're getting a fair deal within the assets market context. Gives you leverage, too.
Good point.
Third, ask about flexible closing dates. Don't assume it has to be 7 days flat. Many cash buyers are actually quite willing to work around your schedule if you need a bit more time or even less. It's worth asking.
Flexibility is valuable.
Very valuable. And lastly, the classic advice, but always crucial. Read the fine print. Carefully review any offer or contract. Make absolutely sure there are no hidden fees, no strange clauses that could bite you later.
Always read the contract. Solid advice.
Always.
Okay, those are super helpful practical tips. Let's maybe tackle a few common questions people might still have just to really cement the understanding. First, big one. Can you really sell your house fast in Vegas without any repairs? Like, for real?
Yes. Absolutely for real. It's not a gimmick. There are legitimate companies, many of them local, whose entire business model is based on buying properties in exactly their current condition. They are set up for this specific purpose.
Okay, myth busted. Now, the money question again. Will I definitely get less money selling as is? Because that's often the sticking point, isn't it?
It often is, and it's a fair question. Look, the gross offer, the top line number, might be lower than what you might get if you fixed everything up perfectly and waited for the ideal retail buyer. Might? But you have to look at the whole picture. You're saving potentially thousands, maybe tens of thousands, by skipping all repairs. You're saving on agent commissions, typically 5–6%. You're often saving on closing costs.
Right.
And you're saving on holding costs, the mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, utilities you'd keep paying during a long listing and repair period.
Okay, so the net amount could be much closer.
The net amount could be much closer, and sometimes, depending on the scale of repairs needed, it could even be better. Plus, you have to factor in the value of your time and the value of avoiding all that stress and uncertainty. So it's not always less value, even if the initial number seems lower.
That's a critical distinction, net versus gross. Okay, what about cleaning? Do I need to hire cleaners or haul junk out?
Generally, no. That's another big convenience factor. Many cash buyers will tell you, just take what you want, leave the rest. They handle the clean out.
Wow, just work away.
Pretty much. They factor that into their costs. So no need to deep clean or rent a dumpster, usually.
Okay. And one more, a really serious one. What if someone is facing foreclosure? Can this as-is cash sale actually help?
Yes. Profoundly, yes. This can be a lifeline in that situation.
Oh,
Selling quickly for cash can often halt the foreclosure process entirely. It allows you to liquidate the asset fast, pay off the outstanding mortgage debt, and crucially, protect your credit score from the severe damage of foreclosure causes.
right. Avoiding that long-term credit hit.
Exactly. Provides a way out, lets you settle the debt, and move forward without that foreclosure hanging over you. It's a powerful tool in a tough spot.
That's really important information.
It really is. It shows how this isn't just about convenience. It can be a vital solution. You know, it reminds me of that homeowner quote again.
What about freedom?
No, a different one. This person said, selling as is doesn't mean settling. It means choosing a faster, simpler path.
Ah, I like that. It's a mindset shift.
Exactly. It reframes it perfectly. It's not about giving up or taking less. It's about making a proactive, informed choice that prioritizes speed, simplicity, and stress reduction. Things that might be far more valuable to you at that moment than chasing the absolute highest possible price tag.
Choosing your path. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, it feels like the main takeaway is pretty clear.
Yeah, I think so.
Selling your home without tackling repairs right here in Las Vegas, it's not just some fantasy. It's actually a very real, very practical, and often a really smart strategic decision.
Absolutely. It offers a clear route forward, a way to move on with confidence, especially given the pressures and preferences of our local market.
So for you listening, so what is this? If you understand this process, what as is really involves, why it's so relevant here in Vegas, how these cash buying companies work.
Then you're empowered. You really are. You can save yourself a huge amount of time, a significant amount of money when you factor everything in, and just cut down on so much emotional stress.
Find the solution that actually fits your life right now.
Precisely. This gives you back control over the situation.
Okay, so final thought for everyone to maybe chew on after this.
Yeah.
We've talked about how a cash as-is offer might look different on paper than a traditional market sale price.
Right, the potential trade-off.
Exactly. But this raises a really important question, doesn't it? What is the true value, not just in dollars, but overall value of getting that certainty, of having that speed, of feeling that freedom from repair nightmares and the constant drip of ongoing property costs?
How do you quantify peace of mind?
Right. How does that trade-off really impact your financial future? Sure, but also your time, your energy, your mental well-being. It's about more than just the sale price, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It's about choosing the path, the strategy that truly aligns with what matters most to you and your goals right now.